When I owned my computer repair shop, one of the most common calls I received was, "My computer won't turn on." Sometimes it was serious, sometimes it was expensive, and sometimes the computer simply wasn't plugged in. Over the years, I saw everything from bad power supplies and failed hard drive to spilled drinks and even a computer so full of cockroaches that I refused to bring it back into the shop. Today, I'm going to share the 10 most common reasons I saw computers that wouldn't turn on and a few stories from my years running a repair shop. Let's start with the easiest one. 1. Not plugged in. I remember the first time I got a service call because the computer wasn't plugged in. It wasn't long after I bought my repair shop. I didn't realize at the time, but the previous owner had developed a pretty bad reputation. Even though I would change the business name, I kept the phone number. One day, a woman called and seemed almost embarrassed. She told me she had just picked up her computer from a repair shop in another city, but now it won't turn on. I happened to be heading that direction later that day, so I scheduled a service call. When I arrived, she showed me the computer and pushed the power button. Nothing happened. I looked behind the desk. I immediately saw the problem. The computer wasn't plugged in. I plugged it in and told her to try it again. The machine started right up. She reached for her checkbook, but I stopped her. I told her the first one was free. We all do things like that once in a while, especially after somebody else just worked on your computer. That simple service call taught me more about the reputation of the old shop than anything else. Believe it or not, the next one fooled a lot of people. 2. Monitor cable not plugged in correctly. One evening, right before closing, a guy called, frantic. Said, "My computer won't turn on. I mean, it turns on, but I can't see anything." I really wanted to get home, but his home wasn't that far out of my way. After getting to his house, and he let me in, on the way the computer was, he explained to me he had just bought a new monitor, and everything had worked before he installed it. When I got there, I looked at the monitor cable. Something didn't look right. I unplugged it and plugged it back in, but it still didn't feel like it was going in. It wasn't seated properly. I grabbed my little flashlight, as I always carry on service calls. One of the pins were bent. Using a small screwdriver, I carefully straightened the pin and plugged the cable back in. And the monitor immediately came to life. The computer was fine the entire time. Now, those first two were easy fixes. This next one usually involves replacing hardware. 3. Bad power supply. Bad power supplies were one of the most common hardware failures I saw. Sometimes the computer was completely dead, no lights, no fan, nothing. Other times they were much harder to diagnose because they only partially failed. The computer might randomly freeze, restart, freeze, work only part of the time. There was 2 things customers would tell me that immediately made me suspect a power supply. First, I just installed a new video card. Second, there was a storm last night. Both were huge clues power supplies failed far more often than people realized. Laptop owners had a similar problem, but usually for a different reason. Number 4, bad laptop chargers. I wish I had a nickel for every time I had to tell someone their charger was bad. Years ago, this happened constantly. People would buy a new battery because the laptop wouldn't stay charged, only to discover the charger wasn't putting out enough power anymore. The charger looked fine, the light was on, but it simply wasn't producing enough power to charge the battery properly. Modern laptops improve a lot, but I still see people trying to run powerful laptops on chargers that aren't rated for enough wattage. The result is usually poor charging, or the laptop slowly loses battery life while being used. This next issue usually showed up after someone moved their computer. 5, RAM issues. RAM problems would frustrate me because computers rarely told the whole story. A computer would come in and the customer would say, "It just stopped working." After a little questioning, I discovered they moved it to another room, or it got bumped, or it tipped over, or it was shipped somewhere. More than once, I found memory modules that weren't fully seated anymore. In some cases, the computer would run, but only recognize part of the installed memory. In others, it wouldn't boot at all. One thing I always tell people is this: tell the technician what happened before the problem started. We'll eventually figure it out anyway, but knowing the history saves a lot of time. And if RAM problems are frustrating, wait until you lose your display completely. 6, video card failures. Video card failures generated a lot of phone calls. I remember one software update years ago that seemed to trigger a wave of failures. My shop phone rang constantly. I only had 5 replacement video cards on the shelf. I sold every single one of them within the first half hour of opening. The video cards generate a lot of heat. When fans become clogged with dust or stop working, temperatures rise quickly. Eventually, components fail. When a video card dies, the computer often appears dead, even though the rest of the system is still running. But not every failure was caused by hardware. Sometimes it was caused by something much more obvious. Number 7, spill damage. Water, coffee, pop, beer. You'd be amazed at how many computers had liquids spilled on them. What's funny is that very few customers admit it. Somebody would bring in a computer and say it just stopped working, then later mention that maybe a cup of coffee got knocked over by the cat, or maybe somebody spilled something nearby. Most liquid damaged computers eventually end up back in the shop. If you haven't seen the video about soda spilled repair, I'll link it up above. One thing that I've learned over the years is that honesty usually saves the customer money. The more information I had, the faster I could find the problem. Speaking of expensive mistakes, this next story is one I'll never forget. Hard drive failures. Hard drive failures always seem to come in waves. I'd say several in a week and then none in a month. Most hard drives don't simply stop. They slowly get worse. Files become corrupted, the computer only boots in safe mode, programs become harder to load. One day a young woman came into my shop carrying a hard drive. She told me it contained photos of her grandma, who just had recently passed away. The drive no longer worked. I tried recovery software, I tried different systems, I tried Linux tools, nothing worked. I explained that professional recovery companies exist, but they're expensive and there's no guarantees. She started crying. I felt terrible. Then I remembered an old trick. I told her not to be alarmed. Then I took the hard drive and slammed it down on the table. I plugged it in and it spun up immediately. I started copying the files, but it didn't make it all the way through. I did it again. Each time the spin of the hard drive was a little less, but I eventually got every photo off. I didn't charge her a penny. And if you think that's the craziest thing I saw in my repair shop, wait until you hear the next one. Number 9, the cockroach computer. Earlier I mentioned a computer I refused to bring back in the shop. This was that computer. A customer brought in an all-in-one computer that wouldn't start. The machine had a smell I recognized, but couldn't quite place it. I noticed the vents were clogged, so before bringing it into the repair queue, I carried it outside to clean it. I'm incredibly glad I did. I opened the case, then immediately closed it. The computer was absolutely packed with cockroaches, not just one or two, packed. I was wearing rubber gloves and still didn't want to touch it. I called the customer and explained the computer wasn't coming back into my shop until it was professionally cleaned. That remains one of the most disgusting computers I have ever seen. Thankful not every computer involves bugs. Sometimes the fixes were surprisingly simple. Number 10, bad power button. This isn't the most common failure, but I saw it more often than people would think. One customer brought in a computer that wouldn't turn on. I tested the power supply, it was fine. I disconnected the components one by one, still nothing. Finally, I unplugged the wires that connected the power button to the motherboard. I touched the power pins with a screwdriver, as you do. The computer instantly came to life. I plugged the power button back in, nothing. The entire problem was a failed power button. Sometimes the problem is complicated, sometimes it's expensive, and sometimes it's just a bad button. After years of running a computer repair shop, these were some of the most common reasons I saw computers that wouldn't turn on. Some repairs took seconds, some took days, and even one involved enough cockroaches that I still remember it years later. Let me know in the comments what the strangest computer problem you've ever saw was. And if your computer won't turn on right now, hopefully one of these stories points you in the right direction. And as always, thank you, and I appreciate each and every one of you.